Today, a big shout out to the umpires who are officiating proceedings in the field. We've got Cam Manthe, number 32, Michael Wilcox, number 34, Joel Clamp, and on the emergencies in his VFL season debut, Jake Edgar in the boundary, Josh Blaine from the RDFNL. Big shout out to the RDFNL fans watching on today. Trent Bowes, Sam Button, Harry Hansford in the goals. We've got Nick Ford, Kane Miller in emergency. We've got
Ned Moyle, the ruckman, highly touted ruckman's out. And the young boy from Palm Beach Currumbin, Dylan Patterson, is in. So that's massive. When you look at clearance and contest and dominance there, to have Ned out, I think tightens this game up a fraction.
Yeah, exactly. It's certainly going to be a wonderful game of footy. Quite warm out here today. And we appreciate your company wherever you may be watching. We've got two Titans going toe-to-toe. You take one Moyle out, you put one Moyle in.
Yep. Yeah, the young kid, see how he goes.
Yeah, Ben, part of the season has Angus for the Dolphins. They are kicking to the left hand of his screen. A little bit of breeze around, but very subtle. Rucks will get fire up, but it's Grant that wins the tap down for the Dolphins. Moyle wrapped up straight away there by Seb Quirk, and we'll see a stop. Of course, big shout out to our superstar tech team. We've got Chris down in Melbourne. We've got Brett and Georgia up here as the Dolphins push forward there through Tom Murphy. Inside up towards Gown. Couldn't quite take the mark under a fair bit of pressure. 30 metres out from goal. Right foot snap on its way. And the Dolphins have got the first here at People First Stadium.
What a great, that was a goal from clearance really. So centre part of the ground clearance. Frankston threw a half forward straight up. The Suns halfback followed him up, opened up Frankston's forward line. Bit of a mad ball goes in, ball hits the deck. Great tackle and great pressure from Nunes down there in the forward line. Created that loose ball, and they kicked the first goal of the game. It's a great start, scored ball pressure away from home.
Yeah, Josh Butland, fantastic start. We'll keep our VFL social media team working overtime this afternoon. We've been doing an exceptional job all year. Lots and lots of highlights from both teams. And this is only just the beginning. And it's a fast track out there, so expect lots of run. As Grant will win the hit out again. It's taken here by Fiorini in front of Mino. Inside the forward 50. Looking for, I think it might have been Day. Couldn't quite take the mark. Handball there from Rollins to Oya. Looking for Walter. Good spoil there from the Frankston defence. Hard up there on the boundary line. Oya takes it out of bounds. We'll see a throw in.
He's electric around the ball, Ace, isn't he? Starting on that far wing, just track the footy down with that inside 50, put himself in a pretty good spot. If that ball hits the target, they're having a shot on goal.
Yeah, he's been in some great form, Oya, along with a number of other Suns out there after last week's performance. Boundary throw in, as it's seen out of bounds there from Tyson Milne, who averages 20 disposals per game. Tyson, see a throw in again. These repeat stoppages would be good for Frankston if they can clear the ball out, but they're all one-on-ones to the left for the most part. There's Ben Moyle, brings it down the ground there, 25 metres out from goal. Hack forward there from Frankston. Fiorini couldn't take the mark, and here's a chance for the Dolphins. Got down a little bit further down the field as they're on the march here. The Dolphins, they're in the middle of People First Stadium. Handball back in board. That was sharp work done there by Tom Murphy. Good work in there by Zeke Ewan. Left foot kick on the bounce up towards centre half forward. Frankston with some numbers. Good tackle. Holding the ball, free kick. And they'll take the advantage. Fiorini sidesteps one. Will pull the trigger from 48 metres out from goal. Looking for Walter. Couldn't quite take the mark. In fact, it was Day. We'll see a minor score.
If we go back to that deep 50 stoppage back there, the Suns had set up with a +1 behind the footy. Frankston had put one up around the footy. Hence the pressure in the middle of the ground, because Frankston had no one to kick the footy to because there was a +1 behind the ball.
And we've seen that from the Suns right across the season here at People First. They're able to transition from half back to half forward, kick goals. That's where they get the vast majority of their goals from. Off the hands there from Moyle. So at the back now to Brock. Good smother there from Grant there from the Dolphins. Good ruthless tackling here for both teams. Sharp work here by Reedy. Reedy works his way out of traffic there. In fact, that was Riley up towards Murphy. Has to concede ground. Has an option out here on the commentary wing with a couple of loose players. So they kick down the line. That mark's taken.
Some good pressure around the footy. They're a good tackling team, Frankston. The numbers look pretty good.
And a good spoil there from Evans. We'll see a boundary throw in. Nicholas Burke in the number 17 today. Looking for a big performance for the Dolphins. Getting loose space. Andrew throwing again here. Moyle again. Handball there from Forkhead. Kick up towards the commentary wing. Good pick up there on the half volley there from Jackson Voss. Back to Voss again.
That was electric.
On the left foot inside the forward 50. Gow was caught behind, and we'll see if Mark, leader Brock. Good matchup. Oya has Atkins sprinting metres in the clear. Kick in front of him now. He'll get on his favoured left foot. Look to go down the line towards Rollins. Chopped off there by Barlow.
It was good positioning. He just sat in front of his opponent there and just tried to read the ball off the boot, and he was able to intercept.
Murphy now up towards the corridor. Lovely kick in board to George Gray, the former Demon. Left foot kick inside the forward 50. A chaos ball could suit Frankston here, although the Suns do have plenty of numbers. Ardensall, the likely target down the line here towards Berry. Now to Ardensall again. Another laid in here for the Suns, up towards Fiorini. Got Walter Long inside the forward line. If they can get it to him, they'll chip it over the top now. Our first look at Malcolm Roses Jr., and he spots up Marnie, who'll back himself and have a shot on goal.
Both teams seem happy to shape out with hands through contested footy, get shape, get out to open space and try and hit the uncontested mark. Both teams are doing that well, both from their half-back lines. We've got a Suns player down here in the forward 50.
I think it's Brock.
In their defensive 50, sorry.
Marnie lowers the eyes and he spots up Atkins. So I think that might be Sandy Brock there for the Suns. No, it isn't. We'll keep an eye on that one as Atkins, who gathered the ball at half back on the other side of the ground before.
Might be Farah,
Yep.
is it?
Yep.
Just looks a bit winded, like he's copped one in the back.
Atkins now lowers the eyes again. Poor checking from the Dolphins. And Fiorini will have a shot on goal as Taj Farrell Campbell makes his way to the ground for Frankston.
Sometimes when you're just sort of setting up in that zone, it's easy just to think the opposition's going to have a shot for goal. They've made two 15-metre passes just to put themselves in a little bit of better position. This is still a hard shot for goal. He's going to kick this from sort of 50 metres out. So Frankston, they didn't do a lot wrong there.
No.
Yeah, they're still kicking from 50 metres out.
The Gold Coast just improved their angle.
Yeah.
From left footer to a left footer. Fiorini, left foot kick on its way. He's just stuck it home. And the Suns hit the front for the first time today here at People First Stadium, where 7 minutes gone in the first term. They're 1-1-7. Lead Frankston 1 straight 6.
It's good football. It's a bit of a coach killer when players try and kick goals from a long way out, lands on the goal line, punches through for a behind. It's essentially a turnover. So for them to be able to just pick their way through Frankston's zone or their defensive setup and give themselves a better opportunity, more in front of goal, and you've got a midfielder who's now hit the scoreboard. So it's a bit of an arm wrestle, but just we can sort of get a bit of an idea how the Suns are going to go about it. Very unselfish play there by their group.
3 inside 50s apiece in the early stages. Suns are +4 for disposals overall. Leading disposal winner on the ground, or equal to, is Tom Murphy. Most of them through the corridor. He's got 4 disposals. He's in roaring good form. Bounces off the chest there. It comes out now to Murphy, over the top to his teammate who's just come on the ground. Here come the Suns again through Fiorini. Out towards Leo Lombard. Spent it before he had it. He was well pressured again there by Murphy. Tries to gather the ball again there for the Dolphins. Handball up towards the corridor. Barlow intercepted. And here comes Joel Jeffrey. Look away handball to Forkhead. Has an option further at half forward, McPherson. It'll be out of bounds on the full. And a free kick at half back to Jackson Voss.
It was a beautiful handball, wasn't it? He was running straight ahead and he just flicked it out to the right-hand side. No look, very classy.
They're in sync, the Suns early, but Frankston, they've stood firm when the pressure has been on as Murphy looked to bring it out towards the commentary wing. Grant was taken out of the contest. Good tackle laid there on Jeffrey. And he's penalised, holding the ball. Free kick will go to Josh Stern.
Big part of Frankston's game is tackle pressure. it has to be. They've got to be able to win inside the contest here and not let the Suns get to the outside of them and force them to run.
Switching across the outer sides, they're hoping they can get one out on the far wing. The next target should be Blake O'Leary. Looks to go further down the line. Finds the likely type there in Moran. Bit of possession footy. Has Murphy up towards the corridor. Now the next Gown offers a lead. That's ignored. He's still on Gown. He offers the lead. It'll go in his general vicinity. Good spoil there from Brock. Oya there at ground level. Harassed there nicely there by O'Leary. Good tackle there by Noah Gowan. We'll see a boundary throw in on the outer side. That's a
little win for Frankston. They were very patient, moving the footy, crossing lanes, coming back into the inside, patient with that ball going forward. Now they've created a stoppage which gives them an opportunity to score.
John Murphy off to a red-hot start. 7 disposals. Averages 22. Could that be on that at half-time, the way his stats are going at present and getting a lot of that ball through the corridor. Mark there on the outer side is Frankston. Look to go up towards Nunes, perhaps at half forward. Goes a little bit longer. Down again there, off his hands, out the back now. Here's a chance for Frankston. Right foot kick around the body. Which way will it bounce? Straight through for a stunning Smithy snag. Josh Stern just bringing out the best in the finals.
Super stuff again. We talked about that inside 50 for Frankston a little while ago. As soon as that ball hits the deck, they're all over the Suns. They've got some real nippy forwards up there that just hunt that ground ball. And there was another exhibition of that. You got a nice little right-hand kick out of the goal square, but you've got to put yourself in that position. He ran past 3 Suns players to win that ground ball, and that's the result.
Well, they've got to make the most of their opportunities this year. In this particular game, the stats don't lie for Frankston. A key stat that I've looked at, 17 players have had 2 scoring shots or more across the year. Believe it or not, I've actually done some homework this week. I'm surprised too, Clint.
You're one of the more prepared commentators with all my commentary experience. My first game, yep.
Yeah, exactly, on debut.
You do a great job.
Thanks, mate, I appreciate that. Only 4 players for Frankston who have had 2 scoring shots or more for the year in this team have kicked at 50% or better. By comparison, down the other end, we're looking at 13 for the Suns. So they have to kick accurately here today, Frankston, and they should here as Malcolm J. Roses gets the ball rocking and rolling. Here's Leo Lombard. Fiorini pulls the trigger off a step for goal number 2. To the left-hand side, minus score, margin back to 4.
Campbell Farrell just got caught on his heels and at centre bounce. Rose was able to win that stoppage. That centre clearance, lucky he found himself on his wrong side.
For us out back there is George Gray, one of few Frankston players who have played in finals. He played in the 2022 Grand Final. Premiership win for Casey in the win over Southport. Hopefully he can bring some of that experience to the team today.
Nice little spoil by Jai Murray there, another young Gold Coast Academy product. Played some really good senior football in our state league, the Quaffle up here. Really likely type, 2-7 born, so draft year next year. One to watch.
Yeah, well, you're getting a look at the future today, Frankston. But I think we look at what Gold Coast are going to be able to produce through their VFL program with their academy. And they're going to produce a lot of AFL talent. But Frankston have produced arguably more mature age talent in the VFL that have gone on to play AFL football than anyone in the last decade. So we're getting a look at 2 quality teams here who are really setting themselves up, injecting them into the AFL, injecting players in the AFL system. It's just an absolute treat. Ball here at half forward here for the Suns. Now half back, O'Leary. Towards the outer side was looking for Nunes. Too much on the kick for him. Jeffrey Marks on the far wing. Frankston have got a few back at centre half back. And Walter comes from behind with the spoil. There's O'Leary again. Handball's back up to the corridor. Up at half back. Here they come, the Dolphins. They can come up towards Murphy. It's dangerous kick there. And Patterson marks. And this is not beyond him, Dylan Patterson.
Another young Gold Coast Suns Academy product would play senior footy every week at Palm Beach in the Quaffle.
He pulls the trigger, puts it up towards the top of the square. Off hands there again. Left foot kick to Evan Goldman, and he kicks a goal. Beautiful front and square, and the Academy boys, they're combining to give the Suns the lead.
They've done so well for a long time, Frankston, and they just made a poor decision over on that half-back flank to bring the footy back in to that corridor. All the numbers were down in that part of the ground. Both teams, or Frankston, had 17 in their defensive half, so there was congestion everywhere. Probably just needed to surge that footy down to the wing, try and get it out of bounds and reset the ground up. But you've got to take your opportunities. You've got to be a bit clear in your decision making.
It's tough going up to the corridor. When you go up the corridor across half back, you have to make it count. Just a little bit of hang time there.
Yeah, just sat in the air for a little bit too long. And
so in that situation, would you still consider just playing down the line there?
Yeah, well, Frankston was sort of caught in like a little bit of a pocket of space over there. I think he just had to take the ground, even if he kicked it out of bounds on the full 50 metres away, further away from goal.
Clint Watts, the 2020 Quaffle Premiership coach, as Tom Berry sprints into goal. Right foot kick on its way, and that's a post.
I was going to say they're doing a fair bit of damage from centre bounce. So Frankston boys, their mids need to get their stance right, get the ruckman to jump in a little bit harder, try and get the footy on the deck and see if they can wrestle back some momentum here at centre bounce.
Looking at the clearances, the Suns lead that stat 5-3, but as probably expected, Frankston leading the hitouts. There's a good work out there on the outer side. The Dolphins on the outer wing. Look down inboard. Lovely work. Oh, the handball was just a little bit too much there, I think, for Reedy there on the outer wing. Going to bring it up towards the corridor. And they do it safely through Minot. Dangerous kick up towards centre half back. Free kick for a push. And it's great courage shown there by Justin Davies. Going off as a lead. Inside the forward 50. Slips out the back. Brock out to Oya. Up the corridor now. Finds his teammate. They look to transition again. The Suns, bit of hang time again at the other end of the ground. The Dolphins need to capitalise here, or at least bottle it in. Jackson Voss, hot on Farah's hammer. Good pressure there from Voss. Very good work.